Here with senior Karmelah Dean as Demons get ready for their final home game or games of this season this week, playing Lamar on Saturday. And Mel, I don't know if you really thought about it, but your last home game at Northwestern State. But before we talk about any of that, I want to kind of get a little backstory on you and your journey here to Northwestern, while you were at Northwestern and all that sort of stuff. So, all region kind of player out of Southern Idaho, from the Northwest. What was it about Northwestern State? Maybe the coaching staff. What was it that kind of led you to Natchitoches?
Well, first of all, when I was at Southern Idaho, I know Coach Nims watched every single one of my games. Every single one. She would text me after all of them, even when I didn't think she was going to watch it. She watched it. But she would always tell me, like, good game, this, and that. And she always just, like, was like this little birdie on the side the whole season. So it was like, it's somebody I couldn't forget about, because all the things she was saying to me, how constant the conversations were. And I knew, like, okay, this lady really wants me. Like, there's no way she's still trying to contact me all this time and still watching me and so into my season that she doesn't want me. And it's like, that was the only coach that really truly seemed like they wanted me to be there and play for her. And so I just remember, like, our last game, because we went to nationals, so I was like, maybe I'll just wait it out a little bit longer before I make a decision. And so I remember on the bus on the way home, I was just thinking, like, why have I not just decided to go there already when she's been here from jump, before any other coach, still there longer than any other coach. So it was just like, that's the one. Like, I don't even care what it looks like over there. I don't care about anything. I knew she was trying to regrow her team, and to me that was like, okay, I'll probably have an opportunity to play, especially the way that she really wants me to be there. So it's like, I think that's my decision. I'm just going to go there. And then it also helped because I know she was looking at my teammate, Jordan. And when Jordan and me would talk about it, she was like, yeah, I think I do want to go there. And it's like, okay, that's more comfortable. I'll be with my same teammate. We already know how each other play. We play with each other very well. And it's like, Coach also would say things like, I want both of you to do what you do at JUCO. And it's like, why not go somewhere where I can do exactly what I'm doing here? So it's perfect.
So I want to ask first impressions of Natchitoches, but it's a lot different, maybe not so much different than Southern Idaho. But you get here and you sort of get in with the other sort of the core that this team has been the past few years with you and J. Todd and Jazz and Giselle and all those. What were those first few practices? Maybe if you can think back that far, I know it's been a few years. With COVID going on and all that sort of stuff, what were those first few weeks, months like?
It was really different, especially because when I was at JUCO, I was sent home before school even ended. And then, mind you, I only know JUCO life. So then I'm put into this position where it's like I'm at D1, but it's still kind of COVID-ish, but everybody wants to act like it's normal. So my first year was so fun. Like, there were so many people here. It was cool being on a whole new team, but it was very intimidating going to practice and stuff, because it's like, okay, I'm at a higher level. These girls are just as good as me, maybe even better. So it's like, I was a bit intimidated by some of them. And I thought it was really cool. We were at practice, and I just remember doing this shooting drill, and I was like, wow, we just made 5 in a row. Like, this is cool. In JUCO, we would make like 3 and then miss. And I'm like, these girls are hitting shots. Like, I love it. Like, no, but yeah, the core of us really been here for each other for a long time. I know there have been always talks about people wanting to go other places. Like, that's a common thing with teams, no matter what you go through, even if it seems like we're having the best time, not the best time. But it's like, we always remain, we love each other, we want to be together, we want to play together. And we just felt like there's no reason to leave if we can build each other up and be better together throughout these years we're here.
I feel like a lot of that is going to parlay into some questions I have later, but want to talk about that first season. Come out, starting, starting point guard, running the offense, that sort of stuff. And then what? First month, 2 months of the season, you have an injury, and it forces you to miss the rest of the season.
Yeah.
How much of a challenge was that for you to have that happen in your first season at Division I, and how did you sort of deal with that, all that when it happened?
Usually, like growing up, you always think, oh, my season-ending injury might be like an ACL tear or this or that. Finding out it was my foot was like, girl, work on your bones or something. I was so irritated, like my foot really, but it was very challenging. Very. It was literally my last non-conference game, so we were going into conference the next game, and I broke it within like maybe 3 minutes of the game I was in. And so at first, I wasn't I was in pain, so I wasn't really thinking about everything else. I got home that night, and I realized like I can't walk. Like I had to crawl to the bathroom. I had somebody put a chair in the bathroom, because I wasn't set up for an injury or anything. So I was sitting on my little desk chair, taking a shower, crawling back and forth. And so in that moment, I realized like this is gonna be really hard. And I remember like not even wanting to come to practice some days, because it's like I can't even play. I just have to do the scoreboard. I have to watch everybody else. But I know like the one thing I couldn't do was let everybody else down with my feelings. So like showing up to games and like constantly cheering really loud, or at practice clapping for everybody, making sure everybody's energy is really high, was something big me and Coach Nims talked on, because I was that presence on the court, but now I have to be that presence on the sideline and still like help the team out, regardless if I'm the one on the court or the one on the side.
So you do your best as to be a good teammate. We finish out the season. Obviously you're going through the rehabs and the recoveries and all that sort of stuff. Get into the next season, and again, same foot, same sort of deal, and you miss a bunch of games. Able to come back and play a little bit, but certainly not to the level that you want to play at. Take me through that. I mean, just the sheer frustration, I'm sure, that just went through all that.
That time was the worst. That was really the worst. Like, I literally was not the same player. To me, I wasn't at all. I could feel it. I could see it. I heard it. Like, I just knew I wasn't the same as I was before. My handles weren't the same. And then it was like, I remember my first game was Nichols. And I remember practicing that night at the gym, and Coach was just like, you're going in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was like, do I even know how to play for real still? Do I even know the plays? I don't know anything. But I remember like having to play defense for a sec, and like I just couldn't move back and forth. Like I was so slow. I felt like this girl gonna cross me up. Like this is gonna be so embarrassing. And I remember calling my dad and just crying on the phone, just like, I'm not the same. I can't move. I can't do this. I can't do that. And he kept just telling me like, don't say you can't. You can. You're just getting back. You have to work on it. You have to work on it. And I remember hearing this all the time. You need to work on it. You need to work on it. And it's like, I don't want to go and get extra work right now, because I'm already mad that I'm not the same. So it's like, why do I have to keep remembering that I'm not the same as before? But then me and Coach Nims, because that last season was really hard for me. I was really ready to just be done. Let the foot be done. Let everything be done. Just go home. And so we had a really intense after season meeting. And we just we kind of hashed it out, because I'm not gonna lie, I did have a little bit of animosity towards Coach Nims, just because coming back I felt, why can't I play more? Why am I not going in as much? But that was really on me at the end of the day. My confidence wasn't fully there. I wasn't putting work in, and I know I wasn't after rethinking about things. And I just wanted to blame somebody else for my issues. And it was like, after having that conversation with her and really thinking about it, it was like, no, this summer I need to work on myself. I need to get right. So I remember going into all the summer workouts this year, like no matter how tired I was or whatever, I was still trying to be the best, do the hardest, go the hardest, and just lead by an example, and just do what I had to do to get back to what I am or was.
So before we talk about this season and how awesome this year has been for you individually and in a lot of ways for the team as a whole, Talk me through, you mentioned Jordan Todd, teammate there at Southern Idaho. You've known her for probably half a decade now, at least 5 years. How much did having her relationship and having her as a teammate help you through the first injury when she's going out, scoring 200 points, 200 rebounds, and then she has an injury as well the next year. How much did that sort of connect y'all even further as teammates and friends and all that?
So my first time getting injured, like I said, I was that energizer. I'd always cheer. And I just love Jordan Todd. I love watching her play. I love watching her get hyped when she gets and ones. And so like being able to watch my teammate that I went to JUCO with grow throughout a season was amazing. Like but I did wish I could be out there, get those pick and rolls with her and stuff. But no, watching her elevate was amazing. But then the next season when she did get injured, and I was injured, it was actually kind of like, some moments were kind of funny with her. Like she actually built me up a lot because I remember we'd be at home trying to cook food. Both of us have crutches, sitting on chairs, just like, well, I can't help you, you can't help me, so we got to do this on our own. But no, yeah, being injured with her, I would say it was more fun than being injured alone. But it was also nice having those talks with her, like how we were going to get through it and better ourselves and get to play again this season. That's all we've been thinking about was, okay, we finally get to play together for real.
So moving into this year, well, maybe before on the court stuff, getting back, at what point this year did you feel like I'm the Karmelah Dean that I was at Southern Idaho this year?
I would say, I know this game wasn't a Division I game, but on my birthday when we played Suno, I had already been in a drought prior to that. I couldn't hit a three, couldn't hit a jumper for real. Like I had all the moves going, I had all the open opportunities, but it just wouldn't go in for real. And like that takes a toll on you after a while. It's like, okay, hit one. I'm getting extra shots in, they're not going in the games. Like maybe I'm just nervous, I don't know. But then like playing against Suno, it just like opened me up to realize like, no, this is me. I'm big for it. Like I was hitting all those shots and it's like, I can do this regularly. And so after that game, I feel like my confidence kind of boosted. I remember posting a picture saying my confidence is above the rim right after that game. And it's like since then, I'm just been in that mindset like, oh, I'm me again.
Going and having the season that you've had, obviously your best here, but I don't know the JUCO stats off the top of my head, but it feels like it's probably one of your better basketball seasons that you've had at the collegiate level. What's just the performance on the court been like from your perspective? The things we've done as a team defensively, you mentioned that Suno game was a huge offensive game, but the defensive, the points, the assists, just being able to play basketball the way you know, what's that feeling like?
It feels great. I know in the beginning of the year, Coach Nims harped a lot on defense. She was like, we're going to get our defense right. We're not worried about offense right now. We're going to learn the plays later on down the road because we need defense. And I remember coming to practice every single day for summer, just only doing defense. Sometimes we didn't even touch a ball. And if we did, it was just to play defense on the ball. And I think that really impacted us a lot and helped us because if you look at like the stats, we're one of the top defensive teams and defense plays into offense. The better you play on defense, the better your offense will come. And I just feel like that was one of the best things we probably could have did as a team was really work on our defense. And I also think like remembering back to the Nichols game when I felt like I could not guard at all. And it's like I'm coming back playing against these same girls and it's like, oh, she can play defense now. It's like, yeah, I can move again.
Has the injuries and then coming back and having the season that you're having, has it given you a different appreciation for basketball as a whole?
Definitely. I was definitely one to be like, I'm not going to the gym early. I don't want to put shots up right now. Like, I'm going to go to practice anyways, so it's like, might as well take my break right now. But now it's like, you going to the gym right now? Okay, I'll go too. And it's fun. I come to practice every day happy. I used to not. I was like, no, I don't want to go. I'm dreading this. But now I come in every day with like a really good mindset, smiling, talking, chatting it up with my teammates. And I think just by having one person's attitude be high, other people's attitudes will be high. And I realized like my last season when I would come in mopey and like that, it's like I felt like I affected other people. And I just think finally playing again and not being injured, for once, it's like my eyes opened up to realizing like this is a lot more fun than you think it is. And the fact that it is my last season, it's like I missed out on those other ones. I might as well make this one the best it is.
What have you learned off the court about this? Just about adversity. I mean, everybody goes through challenges in life in different ways and things like that. But what have you learned from this experience beyond basketball?
Definitely not keeping to yourself. I tried to do that a lot, and it didn't put me in the good headspace. But then I had teammates like Giselle. I live with her, so she would constantly be like, Mel, we're going here, or Mel, we're doing this. Do you want to come? Come to this, come do that. And I always took that for granted. Like, I never really realized, like, oh, she always got me in my room, or, oh, they always put me in the living room to do things, to do that. And it's like, this year was when I really came to that appreciation and realization when we were just driving the car one day, and I was just watching Giselle and Jazz, like, sing in the front seat, and I was like, dang, like, there's so many times I missed out on this, but you forced me to come out other times. So it's like, it was really eye-opening to see that my teammates care about me on and off the court, for real.
What do you want to remember most about maybe this season specifically? I mean, we talked about the challenges of and the struggles through the injuries, but you can tell, from my perspective, you can tell that you're having fun out on the court with the teammates and all that sort of stuff. But what do you want to remember most about this season, once the final buzzer sounds?
I think I want to remember most is probably like just a word, like grateful. Like, I'm always grateful for the opportunity, for the injuries, for the surgery, for everything that helped me get to where I'm at. Just grateful for my coaches, my teammates, every person that helped out in the journey with me and my team in general. Grateful for fans, just grateful.
Karmelah, thank you so much.
Thank you.